This is Kathy from Gadgets Top 321. In today's video, I'm going to be comparing the fine and medium nib on the Platinum 3776, and I'm going to throw in a bonus, the fine nib on the Pilot Custom 74. I'm going to start out with the fine nib, and this is the black on black version. It's an opaque black with gold trim. Now, all three of these pens have 14 karat gold nibs, and I have to say that to me the best looking nib out of these particular pens is the Platinum. It's a little bit larger, than the Pilot, and this is the fine nib. Let's see. Yeah. Now this is my Marlmon Puo binder. It's got Marlmon paper in it, which is really smooth, and on a extremely fine nib like this, it is very pleasant to write on. And this small grid, this fine nib is really well suited for those. Now this is Pilot Iroshizuku Murasaki Shikibu. Just a nice kind of a pale purpley color ink. Next I've got this is the black diamond finish. It's a translucent black with silver trim, and it has the medium nib. This was a present. This one was a present from my husband. And you can see maybe if it'll focus. There we go. Maybe. You can see it's marked medium. Well, having trouble focusing here. There we go. Not a lot of scroll work or anything on these Platinum nibs, but just very simple, and I think they're attractive. And this medium nib is noticeably smoother on this paper. I find that both of these nibs on Leuchtturm paper aren't my favorite nibs to use. I wouldn't call them scratchy, but they're on the high end of the feedback scale. But I do love using these on Rhodia and this Marlmon paper. Let's see, and finally, it was requested that I compare these two nibs to the fine nib of a Custom 74, Pilot Custom 74. And this is a fine nib. And you see there's much more scroll work on it. And it's a smaller nib. I'll go ahead and show the difference between the two. I like the look of the Platinum better, but the feel of the nib on paper, I have to say, it's just hard to beat a Pilot. Now I do have a different ink in this one. This is Diamine Earl Grey. So it's going to come across a little darker. I don't know if this will be more optical illusion because it's a different color ink, or we'll compare them. Now, it appears to me that I wrote custom. It's a custom 74. The custom 74 appears to be maybe in between the fine and the medium platinum. Yeah. These are all very close. As far I would say these two are comparable just because of the feel of the nib on paper. The Custom 74 Fine is definitely the smoother of the three. It's very pleasant to use on Leuchtturm paper. The Platinum would be the second smooth, or the medium Platinum would be the second smoothest, and then the Fine would be the least smooth. And like I said, on Leuchtturm, these two aren't my favorite, but there you can see how the three of these compare, and each of these I prefer for different papers and different uses. The fine nibs, the really fine nibs like the Platinum Fine and the Sailor Fine, work really well on Tomoe River paper, especially the Tomoe River or the planners that have Tomoe River paper in it, like the Jibun Techo and the Hobonichi planners that have that small, tight grid but super smooth paper. The extremely fine nibs work well in those, where the medium nibs are better suited for, your papers like Leuchtturm and whatnot. Now, I should say, the medium platinum is not unbearable in the Leuchtturm. It's just that I prefer the Pilot. The Pilot fine nib is just very smooth, and you can feel a little bit of bounce in the nib, whereas the two platinum nibs are pretty stiff. But I do like each one for their own reasons. And if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.